I don't know if I have to take myself off mute. So, all right. So I'm streaming from inside my Zoom room and I'm outside and it's hot as hell, but I just wanted to change it up a little bit. All right. So people seemed to be quite interested in this subject. And it's all about Instagram branding, things like that. I actually hooked up my phone, which was another reason that I'm streaming from Zoom. So, if you want to pop in the Zoom room, ask questions, or follow along, you certainly can. Otherwise, just go ahead and follow along the live stream. And the live stream is just automatically recorded if you want to watch this later. I also got some questions on that. Welcome to Just the Tip Tuesday. Don't you hate when it does that? But it's so perfect. This is Instagram for realtors. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And I troubleshooted this ahead of time. Okay, cool. And okay, I'm making sure my DND is on. Hopefully everybody can hear me. It would suck if you couldn't. I am sharing literally my own Instagram, and I'm going to kind of go through, tips of what I did for my Instagram. I'm like no superstar for Instagram. As you can see, it's not like I have a million followers or anything, but my followers engage. I have like really good relationships with my following, and we all engage with each other. So I've got 3,800 super close friends. I feel like um, they have, become clients or become agent partners. And if you are purposeful with your Instagram in whichever way you want to become purposeful, it can make you a lot of money. My second thing I want to say is that you don't have to use Instagram for your social media of choice. I decided, I was trying to do everything, right? I was doing LinkedIn, I was doing Facebook, YouTube, like just everything. And I decided to just stop being crazy and go down to one platform that I really concentrated on. Like if I was going to post on nothing else that day, which one platform was I going to post on? And I call it my drug of choice is Instagram. The reason that I chose Instagram, especially being a real estate agent, is we have, a very visual marketing job to do. So our homes are extremely visual. We have a lot of photos to market, and video and things like that. And this is, a very scrollable feed. I don't know why I just tried to use my computer again. So you need to be able to have a picturesque feed. Like I also prefer scrolling through Instagram because you're not seeing as many words, and people just talking about their opinions, even though I like to share my own opinions, right? Um, so that's hilarious. So I'm going to kind of cover down on literally the basics. I had a lot of people reach out to me super excited that I was going to talk about Instagram because they're extremely intimidated by Instagram, and I was too. So I'm going to be taking sips of my Diet Coke here and there. So I'm going to start with my actual profile. So you see my profile picture. You should really be consistent in your profile picture across all of your platforms. But in order to be verified, it made me choose a certain profile picture that like had me face on, like dead on and everything. And so this was the profile picture I chose. And when I was verified, they said that I couldn't change it. So I'm looking into getting it changed. That's the first thing. The second thing you'll see under my profile name is you'll see that at sign and then that broker girl. It is okay. There's like neighbor dogs that bark. It is my Threads name, and I'm actually going to click on that real quick because it goes straight into my Threads profile. Okay. And Threads is more wordy. It's like X or Twitter. Okay. And when Threads came out, I'm going to admit, I was super fucking excited because I dominated Twitter like back in the day. And Threads is like a lot nicer. But I got, Threads was kind of a flash in the pan. So every now and then I'll say something here and there. So here's Threads. And if you go to your actual Threads profile, you can see like what number Threads joined that you are. Like, so the fact that I joined under 1 million, I mean, I joined like right the second it came out. So that was like nuts. All right. So, I'm still in Threads. Let's go back here. All right. So I'm back in Instagram. And there is a specific reason that I have digital creator selected instead of real estate agent. I'm going to talk about that. First of all, if you don't have a professional business account that you're using, you are wrong. Okay. So and you don't have to create a new one. Just convert the account that you're currently using into a professional account. When you convert it to a professional account, let's see where it says what kind of account I have. I'll have to look around and find it. I can maybe post about it later, but you can Google it and find a quick like video on how to convert it. But the whole reason is you see this for professionals. It gives you insights. Okay. You're going to want to see how your posts are performing, how things are going. So you can see I've had like an uptick of accounts that are engaging. My reach is down a little bit. My followers haven't changed much from the past week. And then you can change, the range. Like I want to know in the last 90 days. Let's see what our stats are in the last 90 days. So my accounts reached is up 226%. My accounts engaged up 21%. And my total followers up 3%. By the way, if I were actually concentrating on increasing followers, and I'll show you what to do in order to increase followers without paying for it, I would be increasing followers. It's just not at, the top of my list right now. I care about engagement. I care about things like that. Got other fish to fry, you know what I'm saying? So, definitely make sure that you are a professional so that you have access to those stats. But see where in blue it says digital creator? It could say real estate agent for you if you want. The reason I have digital creator, and it could say a couple other categories if you want. I think one of them's like public figure, but to me, I'm like, that makes me sound like I'm fucking full of myself. I chose digital creator over real estate agent because if you choose real estate agent and then you go to make a reel, you are very limited on the music and the type of sounds that you're able to pick in your reel. And I did not realize this forever. I couldn't figure out how the hell to get around it. I'm like, how come everybody can do all this trending music And I cannot, for the life of me, figure out how to post reels that have like fucking today's music that everybody else is posting. And it's because as a real estate agent, for some reason, they locked me out of that. So that's just the tip Tuesday for you from me to you. Now let's talk about bio. Bio is very important. When somebody clicks on your profile, they need to know what to expect immediately. Okay. So why are they going to follow you? Who are you? And you need to be able to tell them who the hell you are, like within, I mean, 3 seconds. They're going to read your bio within 3 seconds. So who are you? So I try to that's why I put emojis in there, because they're pretty quick to process. And I link to some other profiles of mine. And this is how I chose to do my bio. They can kind of easily see I'm a veteran, I'm a realtor, this is my brokerage, this is my team, and then this is Virtuplicity, my virtual assistant company. They can come to expect digital marketing tips, real estate tips, and virtual assistant tips. And I am fucking explicit on my profile. And then here I've done another training about this, my Popple card. So right below this, you have the opportunity to put some links. And I just clicked on them, and that's why this popped up here. Okay. So I put one link to all links. I want to put one link to end all links or something there. And if you click on it, it will go straight to my Popple, which they can either enter their info here and connect with me, or they can just simply click out of it. And then they can see my listings immediately here. They can view a 40-second video about Epic, learn more about Epic, watch previous Just the Tip Tuesdays, or click on anything down here, save my contact right here. And then look, here my bio is consistent, fairly. USMC vet, leader, team TBG, etc., etc. You definitely want to show them who you are and like who you want to connect with. Okay. Xing out of that. Again, it's my own profile. So you're going to see something a little bit different. If I click on Corey Meals, and I'm going to show you about collaborating in a little bit. This is what I see. Hopefully the wind's not too loud. AirPods. But this is what I see on Corey's on his profile. Okay. I hate to say page because on page, that's a Facebook term. So on Corey's profile, if I go to it, it is, he's a real estate agent. That's what he has labeled. And then he is out of Sherman, Texas. And there are his links right here. Boom. Right there. We could go to any one of those. We could message him. I could unfollow him if I want. Here's something important that I'm going to show you. I have alerts turned on for him. And this is what this means. I get notifications if he posts, if he does a story, or if he does a reel. You only want to do that. You want to do that sparingly, okay? Because you will get notified for certain people doing this. So for instance, if they're agents that I'm following, tracking, if I want to pump them up, for instance, agent partners of mine, I'll turn on alerts usually for their Instagram posts. And when they post things, I will be, probably one of the first to view it, like it, fire them up. And that is very helpful with social media. It helps their algorithm, and it's also just nice to have somebody in your corner doing that, right? So back to my profile, back to me. Okay, so taking another sip here. Um, so I showed you a little bit about the analytics, but if you click on the professional dashboard, you can see here's my analytics within the past month. So it's down if we're only looking in the past month versus the last 90 days, like we talked about. How much content did I share? 130 pieces of content, not bad in 1 month. But it probably, I wonder if it counts stories too. And then here are the tools, and it's different, even like you can set up monetization. I think you have to have a certain number of followers to access monetization, by the way. If you want to create a post, there are two ways to do it. See this plus sign in the upper right hand corner? I don't have like a pointer to point, so I'm just going to describe it. This plus sign in the upper right hand corner or the plus sign in the bottom middle. Okay. I tend to use this plus sign in the bottom middle, and it goes to, I could do a story, I could do a reel, or I could do a live. If I'm going to do a story, it can go to this. And I've done like an entire training that's all about stories. I've done an entire training on stories. If you click right here on the right, you can go, oh, look at how hot I am. I'm turning red. You can go hands-free. And I do that a lot. And I click record and I'll start talking. And I wonder at what point this is all going to shut down because I am really okay. So now we got that. I'm going to see if it'll do captions because I've got my AirPods in, but I'm also zooming. Yep. So it'll do captions for me. Going to put it down here. If you just swipe across the screen, you can do just different little effects. Looking a little rough. I'm going to tap these three dots in the upper right hand corner, and I could apply other filters if I wanted. I am the devil, so I could totally do me being on fire if I wanted. Just different effects. I don't like ones that change my face because I don't want to catfish people. It's like who the fuck is this? Who would ever? I mean, you have to see me in real life. Like I realize that. So I just don't like these types of filters. I don't even know why would I have that saved. I don't ever fucking use it. And then what it does, what I also like about Instagram is it will put new filters in front of you. Like I kind of like this one, so I'll save it and click that little thingy down there. It'll put new different ones in front of you and allow you to keep trying things out. I've always liked this blue one, but I can't use it too often. Okay, so I'll use this filter and I'm gonna click done. And then, I could click down on the left-hand bottom left. I have it connected to my Facebook. So if I post my stories, it'll also post on my Facebook stories. All right. Then I also could click on the bottom right and it could only post to my close friends. So if you want one account where you can truly be yourself, but then also be professional in front of other people, you could have a close friends group where you post some crunk shit and then just hit the close friends one. Or if you're doing something political and like all your friends lean to the whatever side, you can do it that way. However you want to use your close friends. Here's the drawing feature. You can do whatever you want. And then you can undo it right there. I mean, there's tons of things you can do. I hope it's not too late. Let's see. You could say, I don't want any of the sound right there. I just clicked the sound off. So that is how I would do it. And I am not going to post this story. So I click in the upper. Oh, I'm going to show you one more thing before I do that. keep editing. Up here, these three dots, I can actually save this to my phone. So if I'm like, you know what, I might change my mind and come back and post, that's where I can save it. But I'm gonna discard it because it's dumb and stupid. Look at how rough I look right now. It's so hot. Okay. Right now. All right, so you get the gist on stories. I'm gonna just open my stories and you're gonna find your own voice, but how I choose to do stories is, you know, who is it? Gary Vee that says document, don't create. It's exactly what I do. I'm just talking about my day, like took my dog to the vet. Um, where'd my picture of Trigger's vest go? Oh my God, I didn't post it. Oh my God. He has this little vest on, and then it has a patch that says, um, be polite, but have a plan to kill everyone you meet. Something like that. It's a Marine saying, and now I'm fudging it up. Anyway, what you can do is after you post a story, let's say I want to tag everybody, but I don't want to keep like muddling up this story with a whole bunch of like, so I'm going to post it, which I did. Then I'm going to hit more, and then you can actually do add mentions right there. And here on the add mention, that's where you can type everybody's names. Okay. Oh, and I'll show you another feature that I did. So this one, I added music. This one, I shared my own post, which on the post, I set a reminder for the class. Like I set a calendar event or whatever. Then you can actually click that link, get reminder. And then I also posted a link to this Zoom room in the stories. So, I mean, you can really use a lot of features here. And here's the thing about Instagram and really any social media platform. And this is another reason why I really stay up on only one. I mean, can you imagine trying to stay up on all these? The more of their features that you use, the more their algorithm is going to reward you. The more it's going to push your content in front of people. Okay, so down here, this is where, we can edit our profile clearly. This is where if somebody's like, if you're going to try and get a whole bunch of people to follow you, don't just give them your @ go here and share your profile, copy your link and send it to them. And I'll do you one better. What I did when I wanted to connect with everybody on Instagram was I Facebook Messengered them and I said, hey, what's your Instagram handle? I want to make sure I'm following you. And then I sent them this link. I sent them the link to mine. So hopefully that helps. Right here are the story highlights. So you see up here stories. You can highlight these on more, and I can click highlight there. It's the second option. And that is where these highlights go. Okay. So for instance, if I go to about Epic, people are going to see me blabbing my mouth over and over and announcing agents and just doing all kinds of stuff. And we're growing. And, whenever I think about something here, that's when I do it. So it's kind of cool. It's almost like a journal, right? Then when we go down here, you see this set of like boxes up here. Then you see that play sign, and then you see that person thing. If I swipe over, these are all the reels, okay? And then the person thing is everything that somebody has tagged me in. I get tagged in a JT thing. Like, look at all the crazy shit that people tag me in. Anyway, so that is how you can like flip through your different things. Okay. And then here is, well, I guess I don't have any drafts, but if you flip into your reels and you have a draft, at this top left is where your drafts would be. Where my first 50 days at Epic Realty video is, your drafts would be there. It took me forever to figure that out, FYI. Okay, that's everything I can think of, except for I'm going up to these top three things. Notifications. This is where you can pause everything. This is where you can set your quiet mode. You know, if you want to like chill on Instagram, you can do that. All right. Now, I want to show you some tricks that I do. Okay, so you know how I talked about connecting with your people, okay? Real quick, I'm gonna check my notes and make sure that I'm on track. Do you see? I love how you're like, I'm having technical difficulties. Never mind, it was you. I know I had to take myself off mute. I suck. Okay, so I connect with somebody like Allison, and she is like my people, okay? And she's growing fast. So if I go to her followers, I'm going to look, by the way, this profile, you need to find out who you target, okay? For me, my profile, I like connecting with real estate agents. My content is agent facing. I make fun of like the shit we go through. I talk about the brokerage that I'm with. It's just shit that consumers don't care about. My team profile has a completely different agenda. I'll touch on that and show it to you. But my agent profile is all about connecting with agents. So because Allison is one of my people and I love her to death, usually her audience is similar to mine. So I go to people who are following her, and I'm usually like, this person is clearly a realtor. Sometimes I'll click and be like, are you a realtor? He has like 1 million followers. He's probably not my people. And this person's a realtor. I'm going to connect with them. So I just kind of go through somebody that I know for sure is like me. She posts hilarious content, and I will follow the people that are following her, because usually those same people will follow you back. And then that is how you gain more followers. And then what you need to do is, post shit and connect with, or, like engage with them. So that is how I do it. Okay. Let's see. I'm just checking my notes real quick. Okay. Then I will, then I will also like I actually scroll Instagram and I engage. This guy's hilarious, by the way. I engage with content. But what I'm trying to find is, a lot of this is bullshit right now. I'm trying to find something that is, usually it's okay, Sam, I'll like people's stuff. I'm trying to find, okay, this one, for instance. So this person posts a video meme and it says, me telling my tax person that my therapy is a write-off. Okay. And if I listen to the clip and I think it's funny, and I think I want to switch it into a real estate clip, I'm going to hit this save, and I'm going to change it. I'm going to save it under real ideas. So I actually have like a whole book of content already like keyed up. Okay. And then let's see what else. I have, oh, and there's another thing that I do here too for content. Um, where is, I'm trying to think of it. I will take a post and make it into a reel. So if I find somebody's post and let's say they did a carousel post that was really good, I will take their carousel post and then I will make it into a reel where I talk about their ideas that they said, you know. So the next time I do it, I will point it out to you guys. Um, so let's talk about content pillars. You need to know what you're posting. Now, to direct this to your consumers, I'll go to my team page, my team profile, because most likely you're going to be consumer facing, right? So I think it's important to not just be like, just listed, hot listing. Do you like this kitchen or this kitchen better? Like, I think it's very important for them to get to know you and your team or you as a person or whatever, right? So I do post a lot of my shit, and some of it is crossover. So if you can see up at the top, that broker girl, me, I will post something and then I will collab with my team. Okay. And then that way I don't have to post it twice. I only posted it once and all of it goes to the same audience. Or I mean, all of it goes to like double audience. You know what I'm saying? It goes to my Team TBG audience and then it goes to my That Broker Girl audience and it just like massively opens up, you know, extra audience. Oops, click my arrow. And then um what I started to kind of do is like, what would people want to see besides like, oh, just listed, like just sold, whatever. I was like cleaning my oven hood filters and I'm thinking maybe they want to see some house maintenance stuff. So I did this cleaning reel. Okay. And it's all timed to music. It is like perfectly timed to this one song that I had in my head, and it ended up like working out really well. Um, and the reel took me like, you know, I filmed it obviously while I was doing it, and then I took a couple hours to edit it later. But it really like a lot of people seem to like it a lot. So yeah. And then my other content pillar is that I'm a veteran. And so you know, I work with a lot of veteran clients. So I post about, you know, whatever I am going to do as a veteran, or if I find out like about tax breaks, or I find out about benefits, or if I'm doing something, I, you know, I post about it, and that's how I connect with veterans, my target audience. So who is your niche? Like, who do you want to connect with? Think about that and make sure that you are posting about it. Okay. All right. I'm going to check Facebook real quick and see if there's any questions. Um, and let's see here. This is the part that I hate about these lives is because like there's so much of these to manage and look around. Okay, I don't see any questions, so hopefully this is clear as mud for you guys. And if you do have questions, I can maybe do like a little mini video later. Um, and just do look at how rough I look. I'm so hot. I turn red when I'm hot. But anyway, I could do another little video on something. I've done complete entire trainings on stories. I've gone into depth on stories. I've gone into depth on reels. That is a whole nother animal. So how to post, like how to post effectively, how to tag people, the right people, the location, things like that. So maybe I can go into depth on on some of that as well. But I think this is good for now. And I hope you enjoyed this week's Just the Tip Tuesday. And I will see you next week. Bye.